Hello, welcome to IT Security Labs, and today we are doing day 12 of Advent of Cyber Challenge, and we will be doing some malware analysis. So assume we got a sample of the malware that was trying to attack us. How can we identify what the malware is and how it is supposed to behave? In this case, we will be passing through the file and learning more about static analysis and dynamic analysis and how those methods can be used with some tools on our machine. So first we have detect easy. If we go to our machine with a malware sample folder here, notice that it does not have an extension. This is intentional. Make sure that we don't accidentally denote it. For static analysis, we can just right click and run detect easy. That's a tool that we will be using for static analysis, meaning we're not running the malware, so we are just watching what's happening with the malware. Okay, so what are we looking at here? It tells us what it was packed with. In this case, it's using Packer. And also, we can see some strings. We can see that the file type was PE64, so it's a 64-bit file. We can see signatures, if there is any. But Packer is what we have here, and let's look at the strings. These strings look like if we just ran the strings command in Linux. And we can try to read what's happening here, but most of the time, due to obfuscation, you will not be able to see much here because people are a little smarter than that. Okay, so let's see what kind of questions do they want us to go through. What is the architecture of the sample? This one is a 64-bit. Okay, so next question says, what is the packer used in the malware sample? If you look here, it says UPX, and they said lowercase, so we'll give them lowercase. UPX. Right, so now we need to use a tool called Kappa, which will give us more information. And according to our instructions here, we need to first use the terminal and CD there. We can use a command line or PowerShell. I don't think it matters, but we'll go with the command line because I like how it looks. Now we change our directory to that mystery gift. This is still static analysis. And from here, we can run UPX to see information about that before we ran Kappa. So UPX -D. We see the file size, the ratio, the format. In this case, we already knew. Then the name of the file. Okay, now let's run Kappa. This might take a while, so I'll pause the video. Okay, so once Kappa is done running, you'll notice that we have some more information here, including the MITRE attack tactics that they think this sample is trying to follow. But we get a lot of information, including the hashes that you can use on VirusTotal and the name and the path and everything here. So we also see that the compiler, it was NIM, which is our next question here. Like, what is the compiler that was used? In this case, we used NIM. All lowercase. How many MITRE attack techniques have been discovered? We see 2 with subsections here. So the answer is 2. All right, next we need to run procmon so we can actually monitor what's happening. So we have a process monitor here already pinned for us. So we will launch our 2 process monitor from sysinternals. We need to now arm this mystery gift to be an executable so we can get ready for dynamic analysis. So rename. Okay, now that we have it here, we can run it. Okay, so now we need to add this to the filter by saying add. Then once it's added, we can apply and okay. All right, so now we are filtering by mystery gift.exe. When that process is there, as you can see, we are populating this. Right, so this is a lot of results, and we were told that we need to exclude show registry value activity. No, we need to exclude reg open key. So let's go here, go to registries. Reg open key, we need to exclude. Okay, next, reg query value. So come here and say reg query value, exclude. Next, reg query key, you are excluded. And finally, reg close key. you are excluded. This still leaves us with a little bit, but that's not too much. We can actually look through these and analyze them. All right, so right here you notice that for registry keys we have reg set value and create key. So we created a bunch of keys, but we also changed a value. So this one is unique. If you double click on it, we set a value in the start menu, which is interesting. So we have an application that we want to automatically start, and we used registry persistence for that. Okay, so I need to copy this value. Apparently it goes past the start here. Notice that. So I was missing a part of the file. Now, wait a second. Oh no, this is the value. But what is the registry key abused? We need to copy the actual key, not the value. And the machine, let's go back here, close that. It's this one. Or actually just the path, HKU, current version run. Copy that part. Oh, there we go. So this is the actual key. Goes right here. What is the names of the two files created by the malware under C administrator directory? Okay, so in process monitor in file activity, we can exclude things from this list here. Create file, create mappings. So create file, we don't want you. Create mappings, create file mappings, we need to exclude you. All right. Queries security file, that's a big list there. Query name information file, query basic information. All right. Close file, read file need to be excluded as well. All right, so now we are left with a few things here. Okay, so from here we can see that we have test.jpg and wishes.bat. I think those are the two files. All right, so we found some files. What did I do? Test.jpg, JPG. Okay. What are the two domains wherein malware has initiated a network connection? Format domain 1, domain 2. All right, so if we go to network connections, we'll notice that we have virustotal.com, but it's virustotal.com and the best Facebook company right here. All right, and we're correct. All right, so for the final question here, it's asking, going to strings inside malware sample, what is the complete URL? If you go back in here, in our malware sample, if we go to string and we search for, is it festive? You get this URL here, the best festive company. Copy the string and we should be able to paste it. All right, and if we submit, that's it. We just completed our day 12. So thank you very much for being here, and the journey continues. Please remember to like and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope to see you next time. Thanks for being here.